Fortune into math lesson 7.2, part 2, check understanding. Terry saves $375 for a 5-day vacation. Does she have enough to spend $100 each day? How do you know? So we're going to draw our line, or we can write yes or no, because, and then what am I going to do? Take 375 divided by 4. So I'm going to put because $375 divided by 4 equals whatever. That's going to get our yes or no. Okay? Can 4 go into 3? No. So I'm going to put a 0 there to hold my spot. Okay? Does that answer our question right then and there? Yes. Because it wants to know if she can spend over $100 each day, right, guys? So if I have to start in the 10 spot, is she going to be able to spend $100? So no. Okay, and we just basically said that because let's get our answer there real quick. So I can't take 4 into 3, but 4 into 37 is 9. What is 9 times 4? 36. Subtract 1 left over. Bring down my 5. Now, this would be like the house was clear down here, right, guys? Yeah. Like clear right here. So how many times does 4 go into 15? 4 times 4 is 16, so that's too much. So 3 times minus 12 with 3 left over, which this is money. So we would just have to say about $93, but then but our first place value was in the tens. So in order for it to be 100 or over, it would have to be at least in the 100 spot, correct? On your own. Use tools. Use base 10 blocks to represent the division, then record the result. Number 2, Athena uses this entire box of building blocks to build 2 identical towers. How many blocks does Athena use for each tower? So what we're going to have to do is apply our numbers. What's our numbers? 388 and 2 identical towers. How many blocks does Athena use for each tower? Okay, so I'm going to do what? Okay, so let's put out our steps. So divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Okay, so I would do 388 divided by 2. So, can 2 go into 3? Yes. How many times? 1. So I'm going to put a 1 above the 3. Then I'm going to multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Then what do? I subtract it. Now I bring down my next number in the 10 spot. Okay? So now I'm taking 2 into 18 tens. So 2 goes into 18 how many times without going over? 9, right? So 9 times 2 is 18. Subtract 0. So I just subtracted. Now what do? Bring down my 8. And like I said, we use our arrows to keep everything in line. Okay? So now I go back up to dividing. So I'm taking 8 divided by 2, which is 4. So 4 times 2 is 8. With nothing left over because I subtracted. So how many building blocks will be in each one? Blocks. Number 3, Jackie places 552 photos of cats on 4 bulletin boards at the animal shelter. Each board has the same number of photos. How many photos are on each board? I'm going to draw my number, 552, 4, and then they have the same number, so how many photos are on each board? So So what am I going to do? 552 divided by 4. Now remember, if you don't have enough room on your page, then go get some extra paper to work in, okay? So, can 4 go into my 5? Yes. So, how many times? 1. So that was my dividing. Now I multiply. 4 times 1 is 4. Now I subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. And then I bring down my next number. So then I go back to the top of my steps, correct? Yes. So 15 divided by 4 is what? 12. But how many times? 3, right? Okay, and then I can put my 12 down here. Okay, guys? Because I took 3 times 4, right, and got 12. So what is 15 minus 12? 3. So I put 3, and I bring down my 2. So now, how many times can 4 go into 32 without going over? 8. So I put 8 up here because that was my division. Then I take 8 times 4 and get 32. And then I subtract. And do I have anything left over? No. If I didn't, it would be a remainder and go at the top because do I have any more numbers to bring down? No. So my answer is what? 138 photos. Okay, tell how many digits in the whole number are going to be in the whole number quotient. Okay, so this you don't have to fully work out the problem. They just want to know where it's going to start. Okay, so if I put 193 and a half and divide by 3, can I take 3 into that 1? No, I would have to start right here, right, and take 3 into 19, correct? Okay, so if I'm starting in the tens place, how many digits do you have when you go to the tens place? 2. So I would just write 2 digits. Okay, 351 divided by 2. Can I take 2 into 3? Yes. So what would I put? Hold on, let's go back to 4 real quick. Since I couldn't take 3 into 1, I'd put a 0 here, okay? And then I would know I'd have to start in my 10 spot, okay? All right, so you told me I could take 2 into 3, right? And I would go how many times? 1 time, and then I would continue to work. So if I'm starting in the 100 spot, how many places do I have? How many digit place values do I have? 3, because the 100s, the 10s, and the 1s, right? So 3 digits. Okay, next one. 100 divided by 4. Okay, so how many times can 4 go into 1? Can it go into 1? No, so I would put a 0. Okay, how many times could 4 go into 18 then? 4 times, right? And then we would do minus 16 and so on and so on. So we put a 0 in that 100 spot. So did that count as a place value? No. We had a 10 and we have a 1. So that's 2 digits. Tell where to write the first digit in the whole number quotient. So can I take 6 into 7? Yes. How many times? 1 time. So it would be above, or let's just put 7. And what place value is that? 700 place. Okay. 2. Can I put that above, or can 2 go into 1? No. So I would put a 0. Can 2 go into 15? Yes. 7 times. So I put a 7 above the 5. So 5. And what place value is that in? The tens place. Okay, so it's kind of like the ones before, only we want to know how many digits we have. This is actually saying what place values start. Okay, can 9 go into 8? No, so I put a 0. Can 9 go into 83?
Yes.
How many times? 9 times, because 9 times 9 is 81, right? Okay, so it would go above the 3 in what place value? The tens place. Number 10, open-ended. Write 2 division problems with a 1-digit divisor and a 3-digit dividend. One problem should have a 2-digit whole number quotient. The other should have a 3-digit whole number quotient. Explain how you chose the number. Okay, so if I gave you 369 divided by 3, is that going to get me a 3-digit answer or a 2-digit answer? 3-digit, because I can start right here, guys, right?
Yes.
I can start right here. Okay, so this would get me a 3-digit, because it goes directly into it. What if I took 243 divided by 3? What is that going to get me? 2-digit, because can I start at the 2? No, but I can take 3 into 24 and put 8, right? Okay, so that one would get me a 2-digit. So basically, your digits are determined by if they can go into the first number or if you have to go into the next number, right? The tens. On your own, number 11, critique reasoning. Mara completes this division. Is her answer correct? Why or why not? So let's go through. Is it correct? Yes or no? You can tell right off the bat. Is it correct or not?
No.
No. Her answer is, we're just going to talk about, her answer is not correct because can 5 go into 4?
No.
No, it can't. So she should have put a what there?
0.
A 0. And then 5 can go into 41 4 or 8 times, right? To get 40. So she started the subtraction right. She just put the 8 in the 100 spot, and it really should have been in the 10 spot is where she should have started, right? Okay. Number 12, attention precision. Ricardo has 325 tiles to make 4 mosaics. He uses the same number of tiles for each mosaic. How many tiles does Ricardo use for the mosaic? How many does he have left over? So we're going to work that out real quick. Let's plot our information. 325 divided by 4. And we know how many he has, or how many mosaics he makes, and how many tiles he has left over. So can 4 go into 3? No. 4 into 32.
Yes.
How many times?
8
times. So 8 times 4 is
8 times 4 is
32. So 32 minus 32 is 0. Bring down my 5. How many times can 4 go into 5? 1 time. So I'm going to put the 1 up here, and then I'm going to multiply. 4 times 1 is 4. Then I subtract. 5 minus 4 is what? 1. So do I have any more to bring down? No. So that becomes my remainder. Now, when I would go to write this answer, should I put the 0 in there? No. Okay. So how many mosaics or how many tiles does he use? 81 tiles per mosaic. And then our second question is, how many tiles does he have left over? So what's our remainder?
1.
The 1 tile is our second answer. And then you guys are going to do 13 through 15 with a partner for some practice before you do your homework on your own. Okay?